Hello everyone, this is Kendra Crow, your professor, and I wanted to share this video with you in order to better describe how I expect citations to be done and to be formatted for your paper for this course. I'm going to go through that quickly, and hopefully it'll clear up any questions that you have regarding MLA citations and that particular citation style. So I'm going to use two quotes from one of my recaps. It's actually the week 2 recap, and I will show you how to properly format these. I will talk about the in-text citations first, and then I'll move to the end citations. So here is a quote here at the beginning here, and this is how to quote from the introductions or the biographies in your textbook. So here is a paragraph, like I said, that I have taken from my recap, and the quote here is highlighted. So this is a short quote. It's less than 3 lines, so that it is integrated into one of my sentences, and this is how you would format a short quote, where you integrate it into the sentence. In this short biography we read on Garvey, it states that, and then I state my quote. So this is how you would format your quote in that context. And then, so for an in-text citation, your in-text citation starts here. It says Gates and Smith 984, and it's in parentheses. So what that is the name of the author and the page number from your textbook. And that is in parentheses after the quotation marks, but before the punctuation in your paragraph. So why do I use Gates and Smith? So Gates and Smith, and I'm going to pull up a couple pictures here that you'll see later too. So this is your textbook. So here, Gates and Smith, they are the general editors of your textbook. So if you're using introductory material or the biography material, you'll be using a citation from Gates and Smith, and that's what I would expect you to use. So we would use that as our author. So let me go back to our quotation again here. So that would be a sufficient in-text citation, and those are the types of citations that I would expect from your discussion boards as well. So if you're quoting material from your textbook and your discussion boards, I would expect this in-text citation to go there as well in your discussion boards, but certainly in your formal paper. This would be for direct quotes such as I have here, or any paraphrasing that you've done in your paper as well. You need to be sure you're giving proper credit where credit is due. You don't want to claim other people's ideas as your own. So that would be how you would do an in-text citation from a biography or an introduction. Whoops. But let me go here to, this is how you would quote from the primary text in your textbook. And here I chose a long citation, or a long quotation, which is over 3 lines. And what you do is you block quote this. And actually this should be, it should be indented. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Sorry about that. So that should be indented like this, okay? So here is some information at the beginning. I put a colon, and then I put my quotation. You do not use quotation marks for your block citation or your block quotation. You just indent. And then, so all this yellow is my quotation, a direct quotation from the text. And then again here at the bottom, at the end of that group of words, I've given my in-text citation. So this one comes from Locke, who is the author of The New Negro that we read in week 2, and then 979, which is the page number. So notice that I'm using a different author. Even though it's in the same book, I'm using a different author, and that's because Locke wrote this. When you're using books like anthologies and things like that, you may have to use separate citations for each text, or each, for each text that you are citing from. So this quotation happens to come from The New Negro, so I use the author Locke since he wrote that text. This up here is from a biography or an introduction. We assume one of the editors wrote it. We give credit to the editors of the textbook. You do not give credit to these words to the editor of the textbook. I just want to make that clear. So those are our in-text citations. That's how you do it within the body of your work. For your formal paper, I do expect you to have an end citation. So this is what, if I had those two quotes in my paper, this is what my work cited or my end citations would look like. So the first one references the Gates and Smith from up here in the introductions and biography section. So here it says Gates and Smith. That should reference down here Gates, Henry Louis Jr., and Valerie A. Smith. So that is my reference for my work cited. This is coming from the textbook. It's coming from the biography of Marcus Garvey that we have in there. So the title of that essay is Marcus Garvey, 1887 to 1940. Period. End quote. So that is the title of the work that I'm quoting. Okay, so the title of the essay. Then we go on to the Norton Anthology of African American Literature. That is the name of your textbook. And again, let me pull up these pictures here. Norton Anthology of African American Literature. That's the name of our textbook. Okay, and it's 3rd edition, which again, back to these pictures. 3rd edition, right? We're getting all this information from our textbook here. Gates, Henry Louis Jr., and Valerie A. Smith, general editors. Again, back to that information for general editors. Then your volume, and then the city that it was published, which is New York. The name of the publishing company, and again, let me go back to these pictures. You can find that information. And of course, I don't have it right there, but here, W.W. Norton and Company. I think it's on this page is the city, if it's not already on here. I think the city is on this page. It's just my picture cut off on that part. So you'll find the city information here. That's where I'm getting this information from, or this page and this page of your textbook. And then the date, or the year, so it's 2014, then the page numbers of this particular essay, and then how I'm viewing it, which is a print. Okay? And I will also reference the Purdue website where you can find more information on this as well. The next one is very similar. Again, I start with the author that references my in-text citation here, Locke. Locke Allen, the name of the essay or the name of the text in your textbook that I'm referencing. It's The New Negro, the name of the textbook, and then all of this information is the same. So 3rd edition, Gates, Henry Louis Jr., and Valerie A. Smith, general editors, volume 1, New York, W.W. Norton and Company, 2014, right? All of that's the same here as up here. And then this part, it changes because my page numbers change. So these are the page numbers for The New Negro in your textbook. And then once again, it's on print. And then let me just very quickly show you on the Purdue website. So this is the, you can see the website up here, and it's all over the place in your Blackboard course. But this is the MLA Formatting and Style Guide. So over here, you'll see lots of different areas where you can find information on this. So the two that you're probably going to be referencing most are the MLA in-text citations. So if I go to that, here are the basics. So this just goes through basic rules of how to do your in-text citation. So this is author style and how we use it. So this is basically what you're using. So the author's last name, page number. And then it goes through a few other options if there's citations with no known authors, citations for corporate authors, etc. So that has a lot of good information for in-text citations. The next one you're going to look at are books. And don't just look at the first one, the book with one author, because that doesn't apply to our textbook. What we want to do is scroll down and find this. anthology or collection, a collection of essays. This applies to our textbook, right? So this is to cite the entire anthology. We don't want to do that, right? We're specifically calling out text from our anthology. So a work in an anthology. So you want the last name, first name, title of the essay, title of the collection, editor's name. The volume goes in there as well, city of publication, publisher, year, page range of entry, and medium of publication. So this is where you will look to reference to find for our information, okay? So, and once again, if you're doing the introductions or any of the biographies, be sure you use the editor's names for your authors. I hope this was helpful. As always, please contact me if you have any questions regarding this, and good luck with your papers. Thanks.